If you like views, then let me know what you think about this custom home. In this video, I'm going to show you a custom home for sale in Austin, Texas, and those views that you saw earlier are going to be shown from 3 different decks, including an upstairs balcony that I can't wait for you to see. Now, this home was built by Deville Custom Homes. It was designed by Cornerstone Architects, and this home's over 4,900 square feet, has 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and is sitting on around a half an acre. Or for all my engineers that are out there, the MLS is showing me 0.498 acres. Now, when walking in through this home, you're met with this beautiful light fixture with tall ceilings. We're looking right out to one of the decks that we're going to get to later on in the video. But I want to head out to the main living area and show what's out here, because some buyers tell me they want unique features in a home on a unique lot that has beautiful views. And this home definitely has that combination. Now, before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to the listing agent, Stacy Deville at Towns Realty. Starting right here in the kitchen, I love the two-tone kitchen cabinets. They did a brown color on the upper cabinets. The lower cabinets and the kitchen island is this dark color that matches up well with the countertop. And what I think this forces you to do is when you enter this kitchen, you can't help but look up. And when you look up in an area that has a cool ceiling design, that has views off my shoulder, and has this wide open living room and dining area, everything feels so much more spacious when you're forced to look up due to design. I think they did that well here in the kitchen. Now, we do have 2 sinks. So one sink was on my left that faces out to the main living room, and then we have a sink right here, and I love how they fit a window right above this sink that captures some of the greenery that surrounds this home. So we're looking out at the front of the home, and wait until you see the back of the home that is facing out to so much greenery, so much beauty that's here, and we'll get there in a few minutes. I want to finish up here in the kitchen where we have Thermador appliances. We have a designer vent hood above this stovetop. And what I want to call out here is going to be the color of the kitchen backsplash and the designer vent hood. I love how they kept it simple for the backsplash and just did this simple color. And as I turn around, you'll see the veins in this kitchen island match up really well with this color, where I feel like the kitchen backsplash, that designer vent hood color, really pulls out the veins running through these countertops and provides that great contrast that I think so many buyers are looking for in their kitchen. Now, you're probably wondering, where is the pantry in this kitchen? And that's because it's hidden right behind this cabinetry here, where it's a hidden door that goes into this huge pantry space that already has built-in shelves. And this is such a cool feature to have in a home. I've been around a lot of new construction. I've represented clients with 19 different builders, some custom, a lot of production home builders. And I have to say, especially with production home builders, some of them have great floor plans, but when they get into the 4,000, 5,000 square foot mark, you're expecting a fairly good sized pantry. Maybe it doesn't have to be this large, wrapping underneath around the stairwell and having lots of space, but I think you're expecting a good amount of space, and some of those floor plans just don't have it. And I've even had some buyers just so disappointed with the pantry size ask me if they're being too picky, not willing to compromise on that area. And my answer is no. I think when you have high usage areas that you're going to be in every single day, which is usually your main living area, your kitchen, pantry, your primary bedroom, bathroom, these are areas you're going to be using every single day. I'm much less willing to compromise in those areas compared to other parts of the home. That's what I explain to buyers, like, you're going to be dealing with this every day, not just once in a blue moon. So I think it makes more sense to get what you want in those areas, like those high usage areas. I also think it makes sense to have a living room like this with transom windows off the right wall, fireplace right in front of us with some floating shelves and cabinetry next to it. I think the most important part of this room are the sliding glass doors right here, because when you're in this living room, that back patio feels like it's a part of the room because that whole wall is practically glass with those large sliding glass doors. And for so many of my buyers that build from scratch, the sliding glass doors do come with quite the price tag, and they're just going to vary with every builder, every floor plan. But I have to tell you, So many buyers I've seen, they don't want to pay the price, and then they open these sliding glass doors in a model home or with a custom home builder, and they just say, yes, we need to get this going out to our back patio, because it's that special feeling of just opening up those doors to this large patio, especially for a home like this that looks out to greenery. It's incredible, especially when you have a fireplace to your right that has some electric running to the top of that fireplace for a TV. You have an outdoor kitchen to your left, and you have greenery everywhere. And that's exactly what I love about this custom home. And I didn't say it earlier, I'll actually mention a couple things here. First off, this home is for sale at $2.95 million at the time I'm posting this video. And by the way, my name is Raj Sahu. I'm a realtor here in Austin, Texas, and I've represented clients with 19 different builders. So I love walking these homes, giving you the perspective that I've heard from hundreds of buyers that have toured new construction homes. And we'll get into new construction a little bit later. I'll tell you about custom home builders versus production home builders. I'll also talk about the community that we're in, which is called Rough Hollow, that has so many different types of builders in it, so many different price points in it. And by the way, this was the dining area that had this beautiful view right off of those windows that are amazing. And I'm going to show you that view from so many different areas. We'll get out to these different decks that I continue to show. But what I want to head to next is going to be the primary bedroom and bathroom. And then I can't wait for you to see that study that we just walked past that has that beautiful sliding door and also has this same view that we're going to see right here in the primary bedroom. Now, what I like about this bedroom, other than the obvious fact of the windows looking out to that greenery, is going to be the wall and ceiling color. I like how they kept it dark behind where the bed would go on the left side. They kept it dark there as well. It's kind of like an accent. And that color allows you to de-stress at night and just unwind at the end of the day and then wake up. And then this is your view when the morning sun comes up. And that's just incredible. I love that combination in this space of cool design, even just as simple as a different paint color, and then great windows that look out to that view. Now, tucked away in this corner is going to be the primary bathroom that opens up so well, and I absolutely love the design options that they chose here. In fact, this space feels so unique, but it still ties in with the theme in the house. Like those light brown cabinets are something similar to what we saw before. You have this dark tile, dark countertops that kind of match up with the vibe that we saw in the kitchen, but these windows above the freestanding tub looking out to a view, vanities on each side, tall ceilings with that dark tile everywhere. It's on the floor, it's on the walls. That combination is incredible. It just feels like a magnificent custom home when you're in here. And I think the primary bathroom is probably my favorite part in this home, other than the second floor balcony that we'll get to that shows that view. And there's still a lot to see here. We actually have a second bedroom downstairs that has a kitchenette and a very cool in-suite full bathroom. We also have a study downstairs I was mentioning earlier, but stick with me here in the primary bathroom because there's still a lot to see just in this bathroom. And we have a commode on one side, and then this walk-in shower opens up really well with that similar dark tile that we saw throughout this bathroom. And while we go in here, I want to know what you think about the grout color in between the tile. I thought this was cool. They used a lighter grout color to provide an outline around the tile and provide a little bit more of a contrast in this bathroom, similar to what we saw in the kitchen with the kitchen backsplash and designer vent hood and the veins running through the countertop, providing that contrast. Here it's the grout color. And for so many of my clients that have been to a design studio with a builder or that have built custom, sometimes the last thing they want to talk about is the grout color. And while we're here in the primary closet, I'll just tell you, I've had a lot of buyers now have fun with that, where instead of it being like, oh, we've already made so many decisions, I don't want to think about grout colors, just blend it in. Now a lot of people are looking at homes, and I'm seeing it a lot in these custom homes now, that people are experimenting more with the color of the grout to complement more of the tile. And I actually think that that bathroom is a great example of a light grout color working really well with a tile that's darker but still has some movement in it. Moving on, we are in the second bedroom downstairs. And if you understand the flow of this house, you have the main living area on the right side with that back patio and outdoor kitchen on the right side. And then the left side is private with these bedrooms. And this bedroom specifically has a lot going for it, where it has windows that look out to the driveway. You have a kitchenette on this side that has a mini fridge and a sink. And then we also have a closet and an in-suite full bathroom that we'll see in a second. And actually off my left shoulder, you have a way to just exit the home out of this bedroom to get to that driveway. Now, while we go through the rest of this bedroom, and again, I'm going to show you that full bathroom that I think has some unique design upgrades in there, I did want to talk about production home builders versus custom home builders. Now, a production home builder is usually like a nationwide builder or is a big builder here in the state of Texas, where they're in so many different master plan communities and they offer set floor plans. Now, within those floor plans, there might be some options to maybe add like a media room or sliding glass doors or something about the plan that changes it structurally. But in most cases, you're limited to those options. And what that means is you can't deviate outside of that floor plan and just start moving walls or adding rooms that don't exist as options. Now, of course, with custom home builds, it's custom, right? You can pick a lot of different options, you can move walls, you can change things. And that's why a lot of buyers, especially in that $1 million plus range, they look at custom homes to get more of what they want, or they find a trusted builder like Deville and they find spec homes that are already under construction. And then they just buy those homes, trusting the builder with their different upgrades that are already chosen, because as you can tell, they do very good work with even their spec builds. Now, as a rough ballpark here in the Rough Hollow area, I've seen production home builders that, of course, are a little bit lower priced because they just offer set plans and you can't deviate beyond those plans. And those prices have been anywhere from $600,000 all the way up to about $1.8 million. Once you get into that $2 to $6 million range in Rough Hollow and many communities in the Austin metro area, you have custom home builders that really fill in that gap, providing that luxury home product that so many buyers want. Now, later on in the video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this community called Rough Hollow and why it's really important to be around luxury homes. So even if you can't afford to buy in a $2 to $6 million price point, it still makes sense to buy homes that are around those luxury homes because it helps for future resale. Again, we'll talk about that later. What I want to move on to is going to be the study right here. I love this study because of the huge windows on the back wall, the cool design work on the walls, the herringbone pattern on the floor. There's so much going on here. But what I love most is definitely going to be the windows, because imagine having your computer screen look back into the home, and beyond that computer screen is going to be this beautiful view of all the greenery behind this home. And that's a very cool place to work from home. So for so many people that are in tech or working from home or both, that just love the idea of having this incredible study, I think they did a great job with that study that just made the space feel so unique. And speaking of unique, we're going to see the powder bathroom, which definitely feels unique before we head upstairs. But I like that combination of feeling unique but still tying into an overall design vibe. And I think this home really hits well with that combination, meaning all three of those rooms felt unique, the primary bedroom, secondary bedroom, and study, but they also felt like they were still similar to the overall vibe of this home. Now, this powder bathroom is definitely unique, and that's because of the wallpaper they chose here, providing so much color in this powder bathroom. And I actually love powder bathrooms. I never really was into design, but when I got into real estate, I realized you could have a lot of fun in some of these spaces. And when my buyers design from scratch, they definitely have fun in their powder bathrooms, because in this small space, you can have a lot of fun with like a designer tile. You can do wallpaper. I came home the other day and my wife was putting up wallpaper in our powder bathroom. So it just seems like it's a fun thing to do right now. And it's always fun adding your own design elements into your own home. Speaking of design elements, we have a dog wash station here in the utility room. So you have the washer and dryer on the right side. You have that dog washing station right in front of us that has a window above it. And even though I feel like all dogs hate getting a bath, I think at least it looks really cool in here with the towel work that's on the floor and all the cabinetry and dog washing station that I thought was so cool. Now, strategically located is going to be the garage entry. And so we have a 2-car side entrance garage, and we have a separate 1-car side entrance garage that was next to the secondary bedroom downstairs. So we're not going to look at that 1-car garage, but it looks like it's a pretty typical garage. But I love that look at the exterior elevation, which you can see again at the beginning of the video from the drone work that my videographer did here. That looks just beautiful. And if you want more drone work, my videographer went all around the home, and it's just so beautiful, capturing different parts of the exterior of the home, especially when you have two different side entrance garages. I just think it adds to the overall aesthetic of that exterior elevation. What also adds to the aesthetic on the interior here is going to be great windows and these cool wall colors that they continue to put throughout this home. And you see that here in the spacious game room. I absolutely love this game room because it captures the view as soon as you get to the top of the stairwell, and you got windows in both directions. And that's the advantage of having a very wide home. Some of these rooms look out to the front of the home, like you saw downstairs in the living room, where they even fit some transom windows that look out to the front and get natural light coming from that side. That game room did a great job with it, and so does this bedroom that has its own private balcony. Well, I should say, technically, it's not necessarily private. There is another bedroom that we're going to see in a few minutes that also ties into that same balcony. But I can't imagine people are going to be fighting over who gets to enjoy the balcony. I think you just go there at the end of the day, a great way to de-stress, or take your morning cup of coffee up there if you don't feel like taking it on your patio, and just enjoy that view that you have on that second floor. Now, before we get out to that balcony, I did want to show the two full bathrooms and the two bedrooms that are here, and then we'll get out there, and I also want to talk about the community that we're in, which is called Rough Hollow. Now, Rough Hollow is so desirable for many reasons, and the main reason is because of the lifestyle. The lifestyle here is special. We have the Colorado River that's running through this area of Austin, as well as a neighboring suburb called Lakeway. And for that reason, they have different things in this community that you just don't see elsewhere. Like, they have a restaurant inside the community that looks out to the Colorado River. You also have a yacht club membership that you can take on and take your boat out on the river. You have various water sports. You're just hanging out on the water. That is just a completely different mindset that I absolutely love, because I grew up in Pennsylvania. I've never experienced anything like this. I've been out on the water in the middle of December, in the middle of winter, where on a few weeks out of the year in the winter, we get these amazing weeks of just 70-degree weather. I'm actually experiencing that right now at the time I'm posting that in the middle of January. And so if you are watching this from up north, just know there is a different life for you if you're tired of the snow, especially when it gets into the months of January and February. And this community really showcases that different lifestyle. Now, beyond lifestyle and the Colorado River that's running through here, you just have beautiful topography. And this is such a big reason of why I think people move to Austin. The western, northwestern, and southwestern corridor of the Austin Metro just has these beautiful rolling hills that run for miles and miles and miles. And what that allows for is not just beauty when you're driving through the community or going for a walk within your neighborhood. It also allows for these beautiful lots where backing up to greenery is sometimes even the norm in a lot of these parts of the neighborhood, where you just have rows and rows of homes that look out to these beautiful green belts and these drop-offs that provide these amazing views. And with that in mind, shout out to my clients who closed last year in this community that have an incredible view that looks out for miles off their back patio. They told me recently they had their family travel in from Chicago in the middle of winter here in Texas, and the weather broke where it was just beautiful for a couple weeks while they were here, and their family was just amazed at the lifestyle that's here, as well as the views that are off their backyard. And that was so amazing to hear that feedback, because for a lot of my clients, especially when they build from scratch, we walk a lot of these lots when they're just dirt. It's just, there's nothing here. And to see their homes get built from scratch and then see them enjoy it with their family is so special. And this balcony is special. I think it shows what's possible here in Austin, where you don't even need a very large size. You just need a small place where you can put a chair and just hang out in and admire all the beauty and greenery that's around here. In fact, in the distance, you can see something sectioned off. It's actually where the Colorado River runs through, and there's just, you can get an idea of the beauty that exists here in Rough Hollow. Now, I mentioned earlier, it's important to be in a neighborhood or an area that has luxury home product, and it's because of the prestige factor. Years from now, when these communities are fully built out, you want people to say, I want to be in Rough Hollow, or I want to be in the neighborhood that you live in. that really helps with resale. And I don't think that happens when you have a lot of starter homes in a neighborhood that eventually become a lot of rental properties. Those neighborhoods feel transitory and don't offer the forever home vibe that people want in their community. Now, I've identified the best communities to build a forever home. So if you want that information, reach out to me. My number's at the bottom of the description of this video. If you want to see more homes for sale, that's going to be on my website at the top of the description of this video. One more shout out to Stacy Deville, the listing agent at Towns Realty, for this home. And finally, if you want to see a staged home that has an amazing view in this community, go ahead and click on the thumbnail on your screen. And as always, hope this helps. Take care, everyone.